quality, a historical review, quality management for the 1990s, quality management the Nissan way, quality in a sales environment, quality function deployment, design for quality, product reliability, quality systems, quality related decision making, quality costing in practice. Hey, there you go. You're coming with. You're coming on the business management camp, Luna. You have to have bright ideas and be thoughtful and help us plan for the future. We've got the team here, well, Mocky, Luna, yourself and me, and we're going on a basically a business management camp. We do it quarterly. We've got lots of things we've got to plan for in the future, so it's often easy to get caught up in the short-term things and you forget to plan. So we need to make sure we take time and get together as a group, as a team, and think about the next 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, 5 years, and plan how we're going to attack it and what we're going to do to improve. So that's what we're doing, bro. You coming? Good.
Stop. Yeah, you're there. It's good.
Drop it on.
Make one right.
Do some meeting stuff. You ready, Looney? Do it. Okay.
Hey guys, just on my way to Tambourine Mountain.
So some nice fruits and stuff I thought would be good. And these, I think they're vegan. There's a restaurant, there's mini golf. You get in, you feel like you're in a bush.
Hi, I'm Adrian. I'm Chief of Operations for Enertion.
So what's this bad one?
This is the 360 camera.
Oh, you got one?
Yeah.
That's sick.
Yeah, because I don't really have to worry about framing the shot, which is a little bit odd for a filmmaker not to have to worry about that.
Very odd because you got everything, right? It's weird, yeah.
We're at Thunderbird Park in Tambourine Mountain. About 45 minutes or 50 minutes out of Gold Coast. So nice and close to my home. Yeah, so a good plan, violently executed today, is better than a perfect plan executed next week. And it basically just means act now. We don't have to be perfect. We just have to think and act. Why do we exist? How do we behave? What do we do? How will we succeed? What is most important right now? And who must do what? And then the vision, the mission, and the values.
You do your Kickstarter then,
Yeah.
and then do what you did after, which is start selling it. Say, okay, I'm going to return the key. I need 300 boards.
Systemized.
Let's get this made. Look, my view is pretty simple. I think, and I do base it on previous visions, I guess, but that's probably why we have to have more chats about that. If I rewound the clock back to let's say mid 2016,
Before
Raptor one day, you didn't know Charles.
No.
Yeah.
The Foxbox wasn't in Raptor once. Pretty much what happened was Charles only found me because of the Raptor 2. So the old Vesk 4 used to be a different shape. It was a different circuit board and the capacitors were at the top. You may have seen them in old pictures.
Yeah.
And then they were going to develop the Vesk 5. And then Vesk 5 got scrapped and Vesk 6 architecture got released and the shape was different. And we said, fuck it, let's just make it. So it all happened between start of developing Raptor 2 and the proposed delivery date. And Charles, and this is the first time an engineer worked in the business. This is critical.
Yeah.
So Charles, his job is a quality control engineer.
Yeah. Right.
That's what he does for a huge Canadian telecommunications company. He makes sure all their electronics works. You know, I had to do a lot of work, no, don't get me wrong, but so did he. Put it this way, if my son asks me, should I start my own business? I will probably say, son, no.
all. That's great.
I guess the horses ride around here. Yeah. Or maybe you go down that trail.
A bit more freedom too. Sometimes I find the mat a bit restricting. But the option's there if you get any bugs or anything. Oh my god!
Pretty close.
It goes that way.
I played a little round of mini golf. That was good. I believe you were the victor there, Ron.
Oh, on the rebound.
Want another one?
He got a massive hole in one actually. We didn't film it, but it was crazy. Yeah.
Jesus. What? Swings around, doesn't it? There's a lot that is about to happen with Enertion. It could be really great for us if everything lines up and works out how we want it to. You need to sometimes get away from the usual noise to see a bit more clarity. So it's great to get out in the bush. And mostly we've been talking about long-term, big picture stuff, like what is our true purpose, what is our mission, you know, what actually are we working towards, because it's easy to get lost sometimes. So it's important to get a really strong picture of what the future looks like, what Enertion looks like, and so we're all on the same page. I think it's time we have a slight refreshment in the rock pools, natural rock pools. It's going to be cold. The fire's going, it's going to be warm when we get back. You will feel invigorated, your whole body will just feel fresh.
My personal favourite thing, and maybe for you too, would be the cold water immersion, experience. If anyone's followed, popular media recently, there's a crazy, I think he's a Dutch fellow called Wim Hof, who's doing a lot of crazy stuff with his body and kind of, trying to show what the human body can tolerate and handle and stuff. And how cold was the water? It was pretty cold.
Pretty cold, man. Pretty cold. Gotta pull out the Wim Hof to get this one done.
In Celsius, I reckon it would have been maybe about 5 degrees, somewhere around there. But going from 18 to that temperature is pretty significant for us anyway. I'm sure there's people living in Scandinavia and stuff who they're like, it's nothing, what are you talking about? Yeah, it was. I think it was really nice focusing exercise for us to dive into extremely cold water and to experience that for ourselves. It's good to experience. Someone said it recently, and I like this quote where they said, "Experience the unfamiliar." That's a very core principle because you don't want anything to be new to you. You do for a certain experience, but you don't in terms of especially the business world. So. Yeah, it was a good exercise in that, I think, and a good analogy for that, coming forward where, it's our job to not only experience the unfamiliar, but also to predict the unfamiliar and to try to work out ways around these, potential problems before they even are problems, Doing things like that, which might seem totally irrelevant, I think are actually incredibly relevant because they boil everything down to the absolute core of what it is, and I think you often have to do that with business as well, where you have to strip away all the distractions and just focus on that one thing that's really the most important
thing. The old saying is, don't work in your business, work on your business. And for me, as the founder of the business, who was a one-man band, who did everything, the cleaning, the marketing, the product design, the engineering, the testing, the packing, the orders, doing everything. You are the business, you are the mechanism, the machine. And I need to continually step back and back and back and broaden my vision and look at the whole business as a machine and work on it. Don't be in it. Step back and work on it as a complete picture, and that's hard. I want to be involved in everything, but I also know that hurts everyone else. My team members need to step up to where they are doing the best that they can, and they can't do that if I'm in the way. You know, it's my job to get rid of all the barriers and the boundaries and the things that make it impossible for my team to grow. If I've done that, maybe I am doing a good job, but yeah, we'll wait and see.
I think the main point of this trip was to refocus us in terms of, you know, where we want to be as a company, our direction, everything we're doing, you know, what are we aiming towards and trying to actually achieve here, because, I mean, I think these sort of meetings are really important, you know, over time, because things change, they're constantly changing, and if you're not adapting to that, I think, you know, it's probably irresponsible. So I think having these sorts of sessions where we just take ourselves away from everything so we can really see the bigger picture of things. Yeah, look, I mean, we discussed a lot of things, obviously, with the stuff that's going on at the moment with production, and obviously right now we're in this very critical period, you know, where we're trying to achieve this August batch of production boards. Look, you know, we understand, I think, that a lot of people have lost a sense of faith in us, and, you know, we're responsible for that, we own that, and we're using that obviously as a catalyst, you know, to try to affect change here, and we're trying to, that's why we're going, you know, to China, basically next week, to oversee this production, because we know that we just can't leave it in the hands of, you know, anyone else, really, because at the end of the day, it's our responsibility, you know, so, yeah, so that's obviously been a big part of our discussions here, and it's something that we've talked about a lot, you know, during this trip, that everything we're doing right now is really the foundations, you know, for what we're trying to achieve in the next few years, you know. So we don't just want to be, you know, the best skateboard company, you know. We do want to be a leader in the actual electrical vehicle industry, and I think, again, we're setting the foundation stones for that now, and yeah, and I'm pretty confident that, you know, that's where we're going to end up heading, you know. Yeah.
But it's just going to take time, you know. So hopefully after his China trip, that really sinks in.
You have 2.1 and you're selling it, and it's, you know, let's say 98% good,
Yeah.
right? And then you've got the 2% that you're working on, you're trying to decrease that. Then all you do is you continue those development phases. You know, if you want to change something, whatever, that's fine. But then you can spend the months of R&D on it, testing on it, beta testing, and then you implement it, you know, sometime next year. But you've actually still got a really good product. You're just trying to make it better, you know. So
the thing is with these trips, you go into them with a vision of what they're meant to be, but at the end of the day, it's just, we spend majority of our time like making products and developing products and thinking about how the product should work and how to make the product more reliable, how to make the product better. Really what like critically needs to be done is you need to spend time on your business, where it's doing good and where it's not doing good, and think about all that stuff and talk about it and get to the bottom of it. When things are changing so quickly, like Enertion's just growing so fast. If you're not working on the health of the organization and the structure, putting things in place to constantly improve that as well as your products, you're gonna shut down. So that's an area we need to get better at. We're not perfect, we're a young company. Was it successful? Yeah, I think it was, because we did a lot of talking about that stuff, and that's what it's about, getting away from the usual stuff that absorbs your day and coming somewhere where you can just think at that next level. And especially when all of your team, like Adrian's in Sydney and Barra's in Chicago, and we've got repair agents across the globe, and we've got customer service people in different parts all over the globe. If you don't have really good organizational health and a plan on how to execute your business and grow your business and what everyone should be doing, it's going to be a mess. So yeah, hopefully we get better at that. You know, I won't sit here and pretend that I'm an expert at it. You just have to learn. You have to be open and ready to keep admitting your failures and identifying your strengths and keep building and getting better. That's what this is about.